There any change towards the hostel? God bless. Spare any change towards the hostel, please. A nice day, God bless. Spare any change towards the hostel, please. Spare any change towards the hostel, please. Simon, 33. I come from Lewisham, Bellingham. I've been in London all my life. Well, my story's not too much of a big drama, but it is enough to get on the street. I was a painter and decorator, living my life happy. And then one day me and my missus sat down and had a long conversation of where we were heading and where she wanted to head. And she wanted to move to Bournemouth and I didn't. But the house was in my missus's name, so it was up to her basically to do with the house. I had nothing apart from my belongings that I had to sell for rooms in B&Bs and hotels and hostels, backpackers. And so basically we broke up. I had nowhere to go, so I came into central London. One day I bumped into someone and I asked them for help basically. What do you do when you're homeless? He said, go down to the housing. So I went down to my local housing, filled out the form, a bit too truthful. Found out I wasn't vulnerable. I have no addictions. I have no abilities that will prevent me from working apart from not having a place and being dirty. So they said, well, because you're not vulnerable, there's an 8-month waiting list. So I said, what do I do in the meantime? They said, well, you can keep on applying for places, but everyone's going to beat you because you're not vulnerable. So there's going to be women and children, what are fair play, people that are ill, people that have got needs that need to be dealt with. Because I have none of them, I'm not vulnerable, so I have to sleep on the street every night and beg up and ask for generous people to ask for money, or if they'll pay for a hostel for me. So I have to make £18. Now £18 isn't actually my hostel, but if you put any more than that on a sign, no one gives you anything. So I put £18, but really it is £18 plus £20 for a deposit that I get back. But the next day then I have to buy food, I have to buy something. So I normally end up with £5 or £4 in my pocket to start the day. And then I try and get another 36 quid or minus whatever change I have left. Normally I buy cereal, milk, and that's what I eat every day, the same meal every day, cereal and milk. And if I'm really lucky, people buy me food during the day, or I ask, and some people will give me, some people won't. Because a lot of people won't give you anything because they assume that they're feeding a drug addict or someone who's alcohol or gambling or on the streets because of some addiction. Well, I have no addictions whatsoever. I'm not addicted to drugs. I have tobacco, but I can get dibs off the floor. I don't ask people for cigarettes. I refuse. All I ask for is a bed. And the last time I had a bed, 7 months ago, I got a hostel. Because mostly it's rare that I get a hostel, because normally I have to buy food, or I have to buy water, drinks, medicines. I've got cuts on my feet, I have to buy plasters. Living on the street day to day is hard. I don't know what else to say. It's just hard. We're not all drug addicts. That's what I want to make clear, because I get it a lot. I get cussed when I'm sitting there. Oh, stop buying white and heroin. I don't buy any drugs. I buy my hostel. There are people out here, that have got hostels, and they are scamming and they are liars, but not all of us are. Some of us are genuinely homeless, and now I can make a point of that is go up to anyone, and if they ask you for money or food, and they take the food over the money, they're homeless. When it's raining, I don't run off anywhere. I stay where I am, I have to. There's no point, they say get under a bridge, stay dry, but then I've got no chance of making my money that I want really badly to get into a hostel. And then there's always dryers round by the hospital. I can hang my stuff and dry, it only takes an hour. So even if it does rain, I can dry my stuff. People don't realise, trying to get a room. Someone stole my shoes the other day. I was in the park, I fell asleep in the park. Someone came past and nicked my shoes that I took off. So now I'm walking barefooted. So now I've got to try and make money for shoes or sandals or something for my feet. On top of trying to get a bed. God, I don't know what else to say, I'm just getting upset. I didn't think I'd get so upset. He's being filmed, doesn't matter. He's being filmed. I've got a mic and all, he's being filmed.
What? Being filmed?
Throwing my stuff in the bin. Thank you very much, God bless.
This guy here is just throwing this guy's stuff in the bin.
Yeah, it's my stuff. I have to get it out when he goes. Spare any change. It's not rubbish. No, you just put my stuff in the bin after me saying it's my bin.
Someone saying don't put it in the bin. It's my stuff. What?
I didn't want it in the bin. I said it's my stuff.
Get it out of there. Yeah, you come out. He asked you then 2 minutes ago, not in the morning.
Si pasa, escúchame, pero si pasa
Spare change.
Because in the morning I was here. I asked him.
No, you never. I weren't here in the morning.
Just get his stuff out, mate.
Got to put it there because I'll get calls a gateway here. It's going on telly anyway, yeah. Now I'll get told. It's going on telly anyway. Yeah. On their side, see? Very changed here.
This way. Oh, okay. That's it. Bye-bye.
Don't worry.
Don't put it here, okay?
Yeah, go on. It's being filmed, can you get out?
What?
It's being filmed.
Me?
Everything. I've got a mic. He's filming.
He feel you?
I'm doing it. Yes, look.
Okay.
All right. Drug addict. I take drugs. That's what they assume. Automatically. I'm here because of drugs. I'm trying to scam money out of them to get drugs. That's what most people, I think. Because a lot of people do it for that, but a hell of a lot more are genuinely homeless. And that's what makes me sick. Yes, they do, yes, some do, and some actually get woken up and they're actually, they realise that not everyone's a drug addict, and that's what I like. So it's good for me, because when people start, it makes me feel human again. I'm not being ignored. It's a lonely world, homelessness. How easy it is to get on the street. Very easy. All it takes is someone, you break up with your missus, like me, and you have no place to go after. Or one of my friends who's homeless, he was homeless due to simply couldn't pay because of Corona. He was a painter and decorator, self-employed, couldn't get enough work. Landlord said no, because wouldn't do the 3 months without not knowing. So he kicked him out. Went to the council, same thing, not vulnerable. He's now on the street still with a key worker that does absolutely nothing for you. Apart from come give you updates that, guess what? Someone else has just moved above you because they've got a baby or they've got an illness. Well, I feel sorry for them, but I need it too. And I've got capable of, once I get a place, having a bath, going and getting a job. As where some of these people are addicted to drugs and will never ever be able to get a job to put back into the economy, but I give them places to just sponge off the benefits. As where there's me that can get a job once I've got a place. I can't go to an employer now while I'm on the streets, catch-22. I don't even claim benefit. I'm trying to get all my documents sorted out. So I don't claim benefit. So it's not as easy as, oh, I get money each week. I want to do it, don't get it twisted. Well, if I had enough to get, if I could get that going, I'd be a bit more of a better place. Outside the bank. Outside the bank, or if it is raining and I still haven't managed to get it, I dry my stuff at the hospital vent and I sleep by the hot air vent by the King's College Hospital. Guy's Hospital. I think the government should kick their arse out and start actually housing people. They done it apparently they housed over 200,000 homeless people in hotels and abandoned buildings that have been reopened. But I never got to see that, or I got promised it. But I know a lot of homeless people that never got it. But then when this Corona died down like it just has, a little bit more, they've been kicked back out onto the street. So they get them comfy and then kick them back out onto the street. Because it's not permanent. They need to get places that are derelict and just allow people to live somewhere. There's loads of places that are open out there that people are just hogging. And if they can make undergrounds, trains go underground, why don't they dig down and make bloody flats that are going to, make more flats, give people houses. Stop helping the people that can't put back into society. It's a strong point of mine. People that are just sponging off benefits. If you're on benefits longer than 3 months, I don't think you should be there. I don't think you should be allowed benefits. I think you shouldn't, unless you're ill. Yeah, I get it if you're ill and that, but then you don't need more benefit, you need less benefit. You just need somewhere to live and someone to look after you. I don't get it. People that can put back into society should. Otherwise I wouldn't be here now. Money, everyone's greedy. It's all about money. On an average, sometimes £8, sometimes. If it was to break it up, if I didn't eat, I'd most probably have a hostel once a week. I'd have a hostel once, maybe twice a week. I make a week, I could do it in a week. I could do it a week. I make about £40 a week. There are people that are making hundreds, and I don't know how they do it, but I make about £40 a week at a push. I don't sit out, I can't. What it is you get the ones that don't care if they get arrested, they don't care if they get all that. I do. There's only certain points of the day I can sit down without, as you saw, the red coats either pushing me up or I get ASBO'd and then I get a criminal record. I don't want all that because then it stops me from getting more work. So I can't just sit down everywhere and ask for money. It doesn't work like that. So I come out for maybe 3-4 hours every day. Yeah. So yeah, about £40 a week. If I was to collect it, I'd get a hostel maybe 2 nights out of a week. I always am outside Barclays Bank. London Bridge, Borough High Street. It's just because it's London Bridge. It's SE1, I'm from South East London, so it's the most centrist point of where all the people are to see what is still going on, to see that there's someone still sitting on the streets trying to get a bed. That's why I did it. No other reason, not because there's more money, not because there ain't. There's only... Let me change towards the hostel, please. Oh, this is so uncomfortable. People do not know how hard it is to be homeless. But this is it. I don't know what else to go on about now. It's just more upsetting than anything. Because I have to live it, you know. I'll get to you after this, you get to go off. I've got to still... I've done it. I've done everything I can do. I've got a street worker. I'm basically on a waiting list. I'm just waiting to be put into a hostel, of like a full hostel, not one that I have to pay for. Well, I will. I'll have to pay something towards it. Or I get a place, or some lucky person sees this and says, look mate, here's 300 and I worked it out the other day, I need £384.72 and I could, with that, get a place, funny enough, on the go, and get some flyers and start window cleaning or something to keep going through one, and obviously my benefits to boom, and then get back into my actual life. I want my life back. I don't want to be on the street no more. There's nothing, I don't do it because I need to, I do it because I have to. I wouldn't want to do it, I wouldn't let anyone do this. I'd hate someone to sleep on the street. I've been spat at, kicked, I've been set alight on my duvet. I've had it all, glasses thrown at me, you name it. I've had all the insults you can, smackhead, crackhead. I don't even do drugs and I get it every single day. And then when I do shout and scream, they just think I'm madman. But I have a vent, I have a teddy bear, my Winnie the Pooh, and he's my air vent. He's the one who I take all my anger out on when I'm pissed. I always have a positive head. Hopefully I won't be in this for too much longer. I say a few more months. If someone helps me, then maybe less. But no, I don't. That's what I'm saying. I only have certain times that I can come here because I'm not always just sitting there. If I'm not there, I'm at the job centre, I'm at the housing, I'm with social services, I'm with the hospital. I'm doing a lot of things. I'm trying to. You can't just sit on your ass and think people are going to do it for you. You need to be able to do it for yourself. Definitely. No one's going to help you out there, and I don't expect anyone who has a job to pay my way for me, but help is what I'm asking for, is help, not beg, help. And then one day I can show the appreciation and put it back in, because I'd help someone if I could. Definitely. It makes you realise. I think everyone should just grab a blanket, yeah, go outside, go to London, find a bank or a shop or somewhere and sit down, put it over you and just try and stay there for the whole day and whole night. Just try it and see if you can. No luxuries, yeah, you get what you're given while you're sitting there. And you'll soon change your mind if you think people that are sitting down want to be there. You'll soon learn nothing's worth doing it apart from maybe, hopefully, I get a bed that night or something to eat or something to drink. Mainly something to drink because food's not as hard, but fluid is very hard to come by. And you have to get what people give you most of the time. I'm allergic to egg, so having a lot of foods with egg in it for me is hard. And I don't ever turn down food, even if it has got egg in it, because there's always someone else who's homeless that I can pass it on to. That's what it's about. That's what everyone should be doing, is helping everyone. Everyone helps someone if it's something else, so why can't they just help when it's being homeless? I've got to go pray soon and all. So, I'll definitely get out. I will be a fortunate one. I haven't got my family. I haven't got family out there that can help me. My family, they don't know that I'm homeless. I wouldn't want them to know that I'm homeless. Well, then they do. Part of me a little bit hopes they would, but they wouldn't understand. My family aren't like that. But I doubt my family will find out through the video. Maybe they will. But it doesn't bother me. I'm not trying to hide anything. I've done nothing wrong. I don't want my family. I don't run to my family. I don't run to my mum. My mum had me, but I don't run to her. She doesn't have to go. Otherwise, I'd never sort out my problems myself. It's like that, really. I was brought up to, if you have a problem, fix it. Not run to someone and get it fixed for you. I'm a really strong believer in that. I've got 13 half-brothers. 13 half-brothers and 4 whole sisters. My dad, I can't talk about my dad. I'm not allowed. And second of all, I don't want to get shot. Right. Yeah. But I can't talk about my family on this because they haven't given their permission. And they're private and they do their thing. No, I've got really things to do and I've upset myself a little bit. Just do everything. You can't avoid it. If it's going to happen, it's going to happen. But it can happen to absolutely anyone. I've seen not famous people, rich people become homeless. If they've got no beds for you and you lose your house, say your house burns and you ain't got someone around and your house burns down and you go to the council but they can't emergency house you that night, where do you think you are that night? You're on the street. Until your insurance pays in, you could be on the street. Not everyone who's homeless is homeless for months on end. Some people are just homeless for a couple of days. But it still kicks in their head. They realise, how quick it can happen. I've seen people that have been homeless for 6 years, but that's through their choice. And because they are mentally insane, they prefer to be. It took them so long to be housed. They got used to being outside. They got institutionalised to being outside. That's how long it took them to get, and I do not want that. I'd rather be inside. I don't care about telly, I don't care about all the finer things. I care about having running hot water and being able to have a wash. Because now it's been a week and a half and I've been having washes in sinks in the hospital and things like that, but it's not the same as being able to have a shower or a bath and scrubbing clean. But yeah, you can be clean still when you're homeless. That's no excuse to why you people are running around with rags and all that. That's an excuse. But you can be reasonably clean. A real homeless person isn't dirty. I've had someone come up to me, I want to make this clear, come up to me and say, you can't be homeless, you've got clothes. My clothes might be dirty because, yeah, I sit around on the floor. I kind of have to. It's a hazard of mine. But I try and go to charity shops or people and I get clothes. I get clean clothes. There are charities out there that are willing to help. They're a charity. You need something, you go to a charity shop and say, look, I'm homeless. I just need a set of clothes. They got them for free. They'll give them to you. Obviously, if you start taking the piss and going in there and taking everything, yeah. But no, there are places that are willing to help people. I'm not going to sit here and say there aren't, but there is. And if you use it and you do it right, yeah, it is. All our real homeless person wants is a bed at the end of the night. I've cried myself to sleep. I've literally cried myself to sleep. I don't want sympathy. I have cried myself to sleep, knowing that I could be spat on, someone pissed on me. I've had someone puke on me, just because I'm up against the wall and they can't see me when I'm under a bit of blanket or rag. Luckily, I've got a sleeping bag at the moment, if it's still there. But I can't stay for too much longer. Like I say, I have got things to do. I've got to go. I've got a hard life as it is.